What's up, my fellow freaks and geeks? My name's Hans Paul, and this is the channel where I explain it all.
Cigarettes and chocolate milk.
Step aside, old man.
I'm the hero Gotham needs.
Then I'm the one it deserves.
Wow, Red Hood is a freaking badass. From his origin story to his guns to his outfit, he is just completely, totally one of the coolest characters in the entire Bat family, and probably my favorite in the entire Bat canon. I think it's so interesting how he's a vigilante and how he's come back to take his revenge on not only the Joker, but also on Batman. So for this year's Comic-Con, I couldn't help but resist cosplaying as him. I went ahead and checked out a lot of different helmets online, and I came across this one, which is from a company called XCoser, I'm not entirely sure. They're located in Beijing, and they're wonderful. But yeah, I definitely want to go ahead and give a quick review of this helmet. Let's get to it, guys. Alright, so real quick before I go into the product itself, I just want to talk about the company of XCoser real quick. They're an extremely well done company, well put together. Their website's awesome. You can create a profile to save your pages and your orders and things, and to track your orders. Not all websites offer that, especially websites that are located overseas, so I thought that that was really awesome that they went through all the trouble of setting that up for us. Also, their products are all incredibly reasonably priced. You don't see anything in the thousands on that site. Everything's within like $100 to $300, which is really great for someone like me who is horrible managing money and wants to cosplay hundreds and hundreds of characters. So they definitely make that easy. Inside the package itself, obviously came the helmet. The box was about as large as this particular helmet. The inside of the helmet, as you can see, there's a lot of space there. They actually put a airbag in there to make sure that the helmet wasn't like beaten around in the box or anything, which was really great. You could tell that they care about their products and that they care about their consumers. Inside the box, there were a couple of like different pieces of paper that had options for like if you write a review, if you're the first to review a product on their website, they'll actually give you a discount. They send you like a coupon code that's good for as long as you want to have it for. So you can use it immediately or you can use it later on if you're looking to cosplay something that's kind of expensive. They also do that if you're the 11th, 21st, 31st, basically if your number ends in a 1, they'll submit you for that particular promotion. There are also a bunch of other promotions that come along inside the box, but I'm not going to get into that now. The last thing that I did want to say, though, which I thought was kind of cool, was that they gave you this. It's a little, you can see it's the company logo. I guess if you want to put that on the back, like zipper tag of one of your costumes or something, if it's hard to reach, or if you want to put it on your backpack or your keys or something, it's just kind of a cool little charm. I thought that was nice. Another thing that I do want to say about the packaging was that it didn't smell. A lot of the time when products are manufactured in factories or things like that, especially helmets, like I got a flash cowl from another company and it stunk. It smelled like just awful. And this helmet, you know, it didn't smell at all, which was great. I opened the package expecting to be like smacked in the face with a horrible smell of, just manufactured products and whatnot, but that wasn't the case, which was really great. Alright guys, so let's start with the outside of the helmet. Now, as you can see from the way I'm holding it right now, it does look a little bit larger, but I'll put it on my head. It fits really well, actually. Let's see. So yeah, it's not too large, and I'm not sure if you guys can hear me, but speaking is still an option when you wear it. It's a hard resin helmet, which is really good, and due to the way that the eyes are shaped, you kind of have a good field of view. You have a little bit of peripheral vision on the sides, which is something you don't always get with these types of helmets. As I said earlier, it is a hard cast resin, so it kind of gives that cool like helmet type feel, especially when people come up to you, or if you drop it on the floor, worst case, something like that. You don't have to worry about it cracking or breaking or something like that. Something that I thought was really cool about this is the way that the light catches it, how you can really see these different, especially like right here, these different kind of, it's just got so much texture. It's just such an incredible piece, and the way that they printed it, I don't know if you can see, it's got this really awesome like faux carbon fiber look on it, which is awesome. And also too, getting back to that different piece sort of vibe that they have going on, where it's got all this texture. It looks like it fastens together, kind of like that Under the Red Hood animated feature vibe, but it's all one piece, which is great. You don't have to worry about it falling apart on you or giving you any trouble at the con or wherever you're going to be cosplaying. Really, the only qualm I had with the outside of the helmet was the thing on the back. They have the little XCoser logo on there, but it's really not that big of a deal. It's right on the back, so it's not like it's right in front in the middle of the eyes or something that it's going to take away from it. In the event that you didn't like it, you could always just sand that little bit off. It's a very small square, but nobody even said anything to me. It was something that only I knew about. So that's the outside of the helmet. Let's get to the inside.
I'll bring your head to Batman.
He's pathetic. You're contemptible.
You just bring that out in me.
So, as you can see, it's a very clear representation from video game to reality. Alright, freaks and geeks, let's look at the inside of this bad boy. So, I'm going to be holding up my phone camera, kind of like, jerry-rigging this thing, just so that you guys can see the inside. I'm not sure if you can really tell, but there's an extreme amount of padding in the inside, which was wonderful because I was really concerned that I was going to have to fit this to my head, but that wasn't a problem at all. As you can also see, there is that those two eye holes in the inside. They actually have a film in the inside that is super easy to remove in the event that you wanted to. I wore the helmet pretty much all day. I was walking around for a little bit in the morning without it on. People actually confused me for Star-Lord. I guess in retrospect, I see the similarities in the costumes. I wore it around pretty much throughout the whole day, and it didn't fog up at all. In the event that you were somewhat, claustrophobic, or you didn't want to have to worry about that, you can go ahead and there's actually in the inside of here, probably about that large, a small piece of reflective plexiglass that you can just simply pull off. The inner workings, the inner pieces as well. As you can see, there's an extra small. This is such a terrible way of doing this, but you can kind of see there's a small square on the top right there. That was actually in the front of the helmet right here, and I just pulled it right off and put it up there. I'm a short guy. I'm about 5'6", so I wanted to give the illusion that I was a little bit taller, so I put it right there on the crown of my head. It gave me a little bit of height, and it also kind of kept the helmet in a more secure place and stopped it from fogging up so much in the front, which was really cool. Foam is set to keep your head in place. A plus side of that, though, is that it's I can't show you in the inside as well as I'd like, but it's on this part right here. There's basically essentially like a bike helmet piece up here, and then there's a very small piece right here, a little square, the one that I ripped off, and pretty much you can take that out if you'd like. You can put more in if you need it. The great thing about it, though, is that it allows you to wear a mask underneath. In the animated feature Under the Red Hood, Jason Todd is still wearing his Robin mask underneath, and I know a lot of cosplayers like to do that. I didn't personally do it this time around, but I definitely am thinking about doing it for my next cosplay as Red Hood. Just an extra added plus that I figured I'd let you guys know about. Guys, real quick, I just want to talk to you about customization. It's something that I see a lot of people doing, to set their Red Hood aside. They like to do either like battle damage or, some sort of like, weathering on the helmet. With this helmet, it's probably one of the best helmets out there to do that with. You don't have to worry about, some like crazy expensive chrome spray on it. It comes cast as this red color, actually. You can kind of see on the sides that they painted this black, so the whole helmet is red. So you don't have to worry about like a chrome paint like chipping off or anything like that. Also, because it's resin, the paint will stick really well. You don't have to worry about like primer or anything like that. I'm probably for my next cosplay going to be dry brushing like around the edges, with some like a chrome paint or something like around here or maybe on here, places that catch the light, maybe do a little bit up here or something. Since it's resin, if you wanted to as well to break down this like carbon fiber look, even like on the corners and stuff, you could sandpaper it. I didn't want to do that my first time around because this is such a beautiful, beautiful piece of artwork, and I didn't want to ruin it at all. But if you want to, you're more than welcome to. It's your money, and I'm not going to tell you how to spend it. And now for the shortest section of the video. Took me like 6 tries to get that. Shortest section of the video. Okay, so it's the problems that I have with the helmet. It's honestly something that I've seen other cosplayers do. I don't really have any issues with the helmet, as you can probably already tell from my video. It's a top quality piece of work. It's definitely worth the $100 that I paid for it. The only issue that I really have with the helmet, besides that little thing in the back, their logo, which go right ahead, put your logo on anything. You're making me this wonderful piece of art that I'm going to be able to wear and walk around in, like put your company name on it by all means. But if you look at the helmet itself, it's not really the best cast, if that makes any sense, of the product. I was kind of expecting it to be a little bit more symmetrical maybe, but you can really kind of see on the sides how one side really kind of comes out and around and the other side is extremely flat. I'm not sure if the company is aware of that, but it's really not a big deal. The padding in the inside kind of makes up for that on the two sides, as you can kind of see. And also, like with this particular helmet, it doesn't really photograph very well from the front. It looks silly. You kind of end up looking like that Sith Lord from Clone Wars or whatever, the one with the weird like black and red mask. With this one, the way that it fits, you kind of can turn your head to the side and get more texture and more features out of it than keeping it forward. When it's forward, it's very flat, but to the side, it kind of, your eyes, it gives the effect that you're angry or that you're pissed off. Very much like our friend Jason Todd. Yeah, those are the only two issues though that I had with the helmet. That it's not really the best cast. That it's not 100% symmetrical. And that little logo on the back. So real quick, just to counter what I said about the helmet, because I do feel really bad about ragging on them for two tiny little details. I spent almost an entire afternoon on the internet.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
There are other helmets on the market, but they're upwards of, $200 to $300. Some of them are, just the outlines to print on a 3D printing machine. Some of them are templates to make them out of foam. Personally, I feel like I do enough work as it is when I'm cosplaying, trying to find the best, price, or trying to find the best looking product, or, that I don't really have the time to do those DIY ones. Wow, DIY ones, or, something that I have to paint myself. I looked online, and just for argument's sake, there was a just for the kit itself, it was $125. If you wanted it fully finished, it was $150, and then the company wanted $35 on top of that to ship. There was another one that was $200 just for a pre-order, with no date as to when it was going to be out. There was another one for $238. Granted, that one was like a little bit more detailed. It had some more chrome in it. You could tell that they really put a lot of work into it, but still, $238 for the helmet. I'll spend $238 on my costume as a whole, not just my helmet. There was another one for $175, and then another for $200. But those helmets were also like extremely cartoony. And ever since Christopher Nolan's Batman series, I've kind of been really intrigued by that like grittier side to these superhero stories, set in a real today setting, but extremely gritty, but also comic booky. And that's kind of what I feel like this helmet achieves. You know, it's definitely, you see it and you know that it's Red Hood. And you know, you can totally tell what character this is supposed to be. You know who it is, but it's not that, you know, big alien-eyed looking thing from the animated episode, I guess, animated movie rather. You know, it's real quality, and that's what I was looking for. And if you're looking for that, I highly recommend XCoser. I'm gonna put their link to their website like right here if I can. And by right here, I mean either I'll get it in like a little thing on the video, or I'll just put it in the comment section. But I think that if you're a cosplayer and you're looking for the best bang for your buck, you should definitely head over to XCoser. They are quality people that care about their consumers, that clearly put out some quality product.